Welcome to Transparency Hour, episode 11. It's a very special night for two reasons. Number one, we have an unbelievable guest on. Number two, it's James Bond 007 evening. Yup, the final Daniel Craig James Bond. I can't wait. Our guest Tracy, who I met last week in Vegas at an exclusive event. We just hit it off. I have so much respect for her, and I'm super excited for you to get to know her, guys, tonight. She's awesome. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Friday. Oh, wow. Everybody's out tonight. Rachie, I see you. Alexandra, Seals Experience, Jesse, Lori in the house. Everybody's out tonight. What do you guys got going on this weekend? Transparency Hour, episode 11, The People Show, where we get vulnerable and we talk about real life stuff like adversity and what we're currently going through, how we're handling it, and so forth. So, what's up, Carrie? So, we're going to get a little deep tonight, as we always do on Friday nights. And we're going to start the weekend off right, talking about some tangible tools on how to handle obstacles and adversity and so forth. So we're going to get Tracy on in just a moment and we'll kick it off. In the meantime, drop some questions down below. If you're not in the CLS texting community, what are you waiting for? Text the number on the bottom of the screen, 917-634-3796. Text it right now. Daily inspiration, mindset tools, all the things. As you guys know, this weekend I was supposed to run the Chicago Marathon, although I will not be there physically. I want to wish everybody luck who is running it. I know a lot of people out there right now. I will be running that next year at this time. The move for me is New York City, November 7th in 4 weeks. What you don't know, and I'm going to tell you right now. What's up, Trace? We're going to get you on right now. Shoot me a request. Is I currently have an Achilles injury. So it hasn't been easy, this road to the marathon, but we really didn't want it any other way. So we embrace all of it and we roll with it and we rock with it. Tracy, I'm bringing you on right now. Janine, how you doing? I know you're in there, Janine. There she is. I'm doing great.
What's
How are you?
Up? How are you? Good. I'm trying to get my thing level over here.
You look great. It was so much fun to meet you last weekend, and we hit it off. And really, the whole event was great. I just love that stuff. And now that the world's opening up, there's nothing better.
Yeah. I'm sitting here in my bedroom because I have my daughters. I'm babysitting two puppies right now. So I'm like, I gotta be in a quiet spot. They're upstairs. I've got two little puppies. So much fun.
Good.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to meet you. It's so funny how you meet somebody and then you're like, this person's going to be in my life forever. Such a good human. So I was really blessed to have the opportunity.
It was just awesome. So on this weekly show, Transparency Hour, we like to get a little vulnerable and talk about some real life stuff. Are you ready to get deep, Trace?
Oh my gosh. Yes, you can ask me anything. I love, there's nothing I love more than deep conversations that are juicy and real and, just don't ask me anything surfacey or I'm going to shut it down.
What's the current adversity that you're currently dealing with right now, and how are you handling it?
Current adversity. Okay, so are we talking about like
anything, but I would specifically personal, if you don't mind pulling back the curtain a little bit.
Personal. Okay. Well, I had some recent adversity with a neighbor of mine. It's really interesting. They didn't like a tree house that I built in my backyard, and and had some concerns that we could see into their backyard or something, which we don't even care to look in anybody's backyard. We're having so much fun. We don't even notice anyone around us. But I understand because everybody wants their privacy. That totally makes sense. But he ended up calling the city, and I was just like, I wish he would have come to me and talked to me. But the lesson to be learned was that it hurt. I felt backstabbed by my neighbor. But I just kept feeling in my heart like, keep praying love towards him. And we always look at the person and hope the best in their character, right? Not circumstances, not the way someone reacts, not what they do, but hoping in their character. And I truly believe that every person deep down just wants to love and be loved. So I kept going to that like very simple fact. I don't know this person, but this is what I know to be true about him, is that he wants to be loved and wants to love. So I just kept praying that. And it's been a year going through the city. I was just quiet, kept praying. And then I had the opportunity to meet up with him, and I shared that with him. And I said, I believe that you're a good man, a good character. All I want is peace with you. And we need to come together as a community because we're living in some dark times and we need each other, not to be divided. And he ended up sending a letter to the city the next day and asked them to withdraw the. Yeah, so it's just really going back. It's never about the circumstances. It's never about what's happening or feeling like we're attacked or someone's against us. It's more about really getting down to that basic human level. We all want to love and be loved. And
that's deep.
That's it.
Yes,
right?
It was about a treehouse, or the case, but there's such a deeper meaning to the story. Thank you for sharing. It's so true. Like, whatever the case to be, whatever was going on in his life, it's all about connection, right? Like you met him kind of at his space, had a conversation with him. The next day, rescinded, no coincidence there. And it's so everybody deep down, they want affection, like they want to be loved. Everybody, no one's exempt from that.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like sometimes we can make these stories up in our head that someone's against us or they're a bad person or whatever, and we get to choose the narrative that we want, right? And I think that's the lie of the enemy. The enemy wants us to believe that people are against us, they're bad, they're not good, and we're divided, when really the truth is we're unified in our humanity and we all have the basic same needs. And if we can just get back down to the basics, then life
Tracy's
becomes
got
so
gems
beautiful.
tonight. While we're on it, and I want to make the most of it, that was awesome. Tell us about a tiny bit of adversity that you got going on in the business aspect of things.
Well, I wouldn't say there's any real adversity, but just the word would be more like opportunities, like things that aren't going our way, right? So I have this book coming out, and I'm so excited about it. And I finished writing it in May. Pre-sold book.
Well, congratulations.
So excited about it, but yeah, but the person that's doing it, it's not. It's taking a lot longer than we had wanted to or had been in contract for. And so just that patience of trusting that God has a plan and everything happens in divine timing, and not trying to rush something or get upset, and just understanding everybody's always doing the best they can with what they have, right? And what's been so beautiful too is the community of people that support me and that are part of this. They're so understanding, and I just realized in life nothing's going to be perfect, right? Nothing's going to be exactly the way we want it. But if we lead with love and we trust that everything's in divine timing, my parents always used to say to me, do the best you can and let God do the rest, right? So that's it. That's all we can do. When we try to force things, swim upstream, push everything,
100%.
it never ends up working out anyways. It's like,
And don't worry so
just
much
let
about
it
the
be
how,
what it
right? Like,
is,
put yourself in that frequency. Not sound too spiritual and deep, like when you're in the quantum and like everything is flowing and you got the alignment. That's when things are smooth. Not when you kind of try to fight. You're on
Yeah,
fire tonight. No
exactly.
surprise there. Tell my audience a little bit like where they can find you, hang out with you, and support you, because you have so many different things going on, which is one of the things that I find so interesting about you. You wear many different hats, no pun intended.
Um, well, right now I'm really interested in the research of hydration and water and how we can optimize our health with the 98.9% water molecules that we're made of. We're made up of so much of our body is made up of water that my whole life's work is really understanding how we can optimize that, how we can really help our earth, right? I mean, water is the most renewable resource. It's constantly being renewed. You drop a puddle of water on the ground and it's going to evaporate back into the atmosphere and it's going to do its thing. But what's happening is with the climate, the water is not being evenly distributed. And so there's certain places that are having droughts and other places that have too much water. So really, there's so many things we can do with sustainability to help understand how we can balance that all back out so that everyone has access to the water that they need. And then also the work of really understanding those water molecules that are in our body, coherent water, the coherence of water, understanding how we can have that osmotic balance in our intracellular and extracellular fluids, how we can understand how water, the body of water that we are, is being imprinted by the words we say, the thoughts we think, the non-native EMFs we're around. Our environment is all influencing the body of water that we are. And so to really understand that at a deeper level so that we can optimize it is something that I feel so excited about having the opportunity to even be a part of learning more about.
I'm smiling because it's so obvious how passionate you are about this. And it's so true. Like people, because I'm into fitness and nutrition and stuff, people always ask me, like, what can I do for this, that? I always say, drink more water. Everyone always says, like, I hear you, but they don't, whatever the case may be. But it really is so priceless. And I love that you touched on that. And also, you have an unbelievable podcast. Where can everybody find out? What's the name of the show?
So it's called Hydrate. Hydrate with Tracy Dudes, and you're going to learn a lot about how to optimize your health through hydration, learn all about the water molecules and how they're imprinted and just all the things that I shared, but from really smart scientists, people way smarter than I am, that I bring together, and we just collaborate and talk and make it fun, break it down into bite-sized pieces that's palatable so that other people, that even if you're not a scientist and you don't understand anything about it or don't want to know anything about it, we break it down.
So it's educational and obviously it's fun because you're doing it, all the things. So much love and respect for you, Tracy. What do you got going on this weekend? Anything epic?
Yeah, I'm going to be hanging out with some friends. We're going to be doing a scalar energy session, which is really cool. Scalar is kind of like a vortexing energy. It vortexes and deletes all of the negative information in the bioenergetic field and helps draw in the balanced, coherent information in our bodies. And it's something that I'm like super excited about. My friend Kimberly is going to be hosting it, and so a bunch of people coming together, and I get to spend time with my 2 daughters tonight. They are in high school, and they're going to HOCO, homecoming dance. So I get the joy of taking them to dinner and going dress shopping. You have 2 daughters in high school? So
did you have when you were 10?
Yeah, I do. 2 daughters. 2 daughters in high school. You know, I had them when I was 10, but yeah.
It sounds like such a fun weekend with all the things, spirituality, the friends, the family. That's what it's all about. How long are you dog sitting for?
Well, one of them is my dog, and then the other one is my daughter's father's dog, and so we're all still family, you know, so I get to be a part of taking care of the new puppy when
that's what it's all about.
Sometimes.
Have the best weekend. I'm so excited that you and I connected at the beginning of the relationship. And also, I'm going to be out there soon at some point. We'll definitely connect. We'll do something and just keep the relationship. I know we're going to be on each other's podcasts and so forth. And just want to say so much respect for you. Like, one of the things I noticed about you right away is you're just so interesting to me, like how passionate you are about the water. And you got obviously the real estate stuff, the pocket, so many different things. And I'm just such a fan.
Oh, thank you, Craig. I feel the same about you. There was a resonant frequency. When I met you, I was like, this is a good guy. I really want to get to know him more. So thank you.
Same. Have the best weekend. You deserve it. We'll chat soon. Bye, Trace.
Okay,
So much fun,
bye.
guys. Transparency Hour, episode 11. If you're not already in the texting community, text the number at the bottom of the screen, 917-634-3796. I'm going to see James Bond 007. Have an unbelievable weekend. See you all tomorrow on the Paradigm Shift.